Who is your future spouse and what is their personality? In-depth reading. This is pile number 1, 2, and 3. Select your pile option. And in this video, we are going to cover pile number 2. If you're interested in watching pile number 1 or 3, you can go to the description down below. There will be a link provided to you. Okay, so you can just click on that link and then you will be fast forwarded to your reading. Okay, so in this particular video, guys, we are just going to see the personality, um, and that's it. I think the most reliable source of prediction in terms of tarot is the personality in itself. Tarot doesn't talk about gender, tarot doesn't talk about age, tarot doesn't talk about looks or personality, because looks, if you have ever noticed, like, looks is something that kind of changes a little bit based on the glow up, right? If you know the concept of glow up, we do get a glow up. And if we were, for example, fat at first, or if we used to have a lot of pimples, after the glow up we tend to get healthy. Okay, and our skin reflects that thing. Like, the pimples is something that doesn't occur a lot after the glow up. And whenever we are channeling the energy of the person, we are just channeling their higher self, right? So I think that's the reason mostly the looks part is never going to be applicable 100% any which ways. This in this reading, we are just looking at your, like, this is just a general message, so some messages will resonate with you while others will not, so you don't need to bother with that very much. Anyway, without further ado, we'll just see what the reading is. This is for pile number 2, so let's start with this card. We have the Hierophant. Okay, so Hierophant talks about a person who is extremely focused on the traditionalism. So this is the person who thinks that 9 to 5 is the right way to do things, or marriage is the right way to do things. Like, the opposite of Hierophant would be a person who, let's say, want to be an influencer, someone who is like a new era kind of a thing, thoughtful person, right? So that's the opposite of the Hierophant. Hierophant is always someone who follows the traditionalistic or value based person. So this is the person who would always do things based on, what their parents used to do and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the energy of your person. And if you have any, like, I believe that your person, first of all, I'm sensing a lot of Taurusian vibe from this person. I don't know why. Taurus, Virgo, um Capricorn, yeah, earth sign basically. Wow, I just channeled every earth sign, right? I didn't even notice it. I was just channeling one by one. Okay, I just saw a teardrop and an eye, so that could be relevant for some of you. Maybe this person was not always like this. Maybe this person had some kind of a dream or goal or desire, and then they were just trying to follow that without thinking of their parents. They were being rebellious in their teenage years, but then later on they understood that they can't move forward like this because this is not working right for them. This is not working right for them. This is hampering their family, and therefore they are the kind of a person who believes in protection now, believes in community, believes in people, yeah, believes in how the world operates. Like, we all are co-dependent with each other, and that could also be the reason why your person is this way, right? For some of you, you are going to marry a specific person, so if this description is resonating with them, so this is them, right? This is them. Okay, your person is like very honest as a being. Okay, they prefer to have face-to-face conversation. So have you ever, like, I just channeled Selena Gomez interview, where she said, what did she say? She said that, you know what, I am not a kind, I think this was her, I don't remember. I'm not the kind of a person who texts a lot. I'm a kind of a person who'd rather do a phone call. So that's your person, all right? So they, first of all, they don't like to text. Second of all, they don't like to do any important conversation in a phone call as well. But they are the kind of a person who wants a face-to-face communication, like face-to-face, not even video chat. They want to, like, video chat is something that they think is better, but for the most part, they actually believe that if you have anything important to say, or if you have anything to say at all, just say it in face to face. Some people text, break up with the other person, and this is not that type of a person at all. This person will just, even if you do want to break up with them, and then if you are like texting them or something, they'll knock on your door and then come to your house and then want to talk about what's going on face to face again. So even if you have said everything in detail in the text, they are going to make sure that you will say everything in detail in their face. Okay, because they believe in vibes. Maybe they believe in, you know like how the expressions changes, right? Like how, what expression you are putting on, how your tonation is for every word. So they want to know everything, and they don't want any chance of misunderstanding to happen. And also that could be the reason that they believe in the face-to-face conversation. The third card which we have is Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is someone who believes in self-love. So, as I said earlier, so this person, if they were a rebellious person in their teenage years, they have learned their lesson. They have learned that this is hampering them and their family. Now they have understood how to take care of themselves and how to take care of their family as well. This person could be a person who is, who is mm, into inner child, wound healing. Okay, inner child healing. I don't know why. I just recently took a course from someone who do this inner wound healing type of a thing. Okay, so I think that's the vibe of your person. Your person is always going to be reflecting on themselves first, reflecting on their inner child first, and then they are going to be, like doing the work, doing the chore or something. And also, these two cards came together. So I have a feeling that your person, okay, your future spouse, they have the tendency to not just talk to any and everyone, but when they talk to anyone, they first of all talk from their heart. They are not talking from the egoistical point of view. And if you have noticed, I don't know, but I have noticed this in my life. Maybe this has never happened in your life. If that's true, good for you. But yeah, in my life, I have noticed that people sometimes respond from ego, from their pride, from from their brain or something, but mostly like ego and pride and stuff. So in when people are responding from that point of like view, that point of perception, it's like a very like superficial type of relationship, right? They are never having any close bond with the other person. Neither they are believing in any thing like respect or harmony or something. Like they don't respect. They just respect themselves. They sometimes bully or something. That's the worst. At least I've experienced something like that, so I know what that is. But for your future spouse, I can see that your future spouse is someone who believes in having a heartful connection with any and everyone they meet. Okay, for some of you, I'm channeling Bob Proctor. So maybe your future spouse is someone who follows Bob Proctor. If you do not know who Bob Proctor is, I would recommend you to follow them too, because they have some, they do the teachings. Um, there's a concept that they taught where they said give the impression of high or something. I don't remember the concept, you guys. It's like whenever you talk to anyone, make them feel more good about themselves. Basically, that was it, right? Don't focus on yourself, don't focus on whether you are making a good impression. Just genuinely listen to that person, just genuinely be with that person, genuinely respect that person, and make them feel good about them, right? So um he did name this term. Like if you're someone who follows Bob Proctor, you would know what the name is, like impression of high or something. I don't remember the name, but he did name this term. So I believe that your future spouse is someone who naturally, either A, naturally do this thing, or B, who have learned this thing and then is practicing this in their life. They are always encouraging any kind of relationship, even the colleague, right? They are never having the competitiveness in their mind. They are always thinking of their colleagues as a human being. They are always um, treating them as a genuine person. They are always, how can I say it? Like, they are always coming from the place of love. That's all. That's all I can say. If you know what I mean, you just know what I mean. If you have read Harry Potter, again, you know what I mean, right? So, Harry is the person who comes from the place of love. Harry doesn't see others as a competition or as anything wrong or bad. Even Malfoy, um, sure, he's angry with Malfoy or anything, but when he had to save his ass, he did save his ass. So I think, like, I used a very wrong word right now. I shouldn't have said that. If your future spouse would have said something, it would be like, I would save you because you are a human being, right? And that's where they are coming from. They are coming from the place of love. They are coming from the place of creativity. They are coming from the place of God. And yeah, that's that. If you want to know more, um, I believe, like, okay, just a second. There is a book, okay, I'd recommend this book to you, which is The Science of Getting Rich. I don't care if you want to get rich or not, but the person has described the difference between creative mindset and competitive mindset. And in this today's generation or era, a lot of people are just in the competitive mindset. Even with themselves, even when they are thinking about themselves, they are comparing themselves with their ideal self and they just put themselves down so bad. I think a lot of us just compare us with us and not with others. Like nobody else is comparing us with others, but we are the one who is comparing us with others. We are the one who is comparing us with with our ideal self, and we just like mess with our mind a lot with that. That's what your future spouse is not going to do. That's all I can see. They love collaboration, they love to meet with people, but they also love to see the people for their soul. They love to have a human contact with the other person. That doesn't mean that they are going to be vulnerable all the time, but that just means they are going to be genuine all the time. Their intention is always going to be genuine. All right. So these two cards came together for the same reason. This is the person who comes from the place of love. If you know Oprah Winfrey, there's this interview that she has said. It's on YouTube. She talks about cup of love and how the cup of love is how you can love others, right? If you don't love yourself, you can't love others. Let's assume this is a candle stand, but let's assume that this is a cup, right? So first you fill the cup, okay? Let the cup be fulfilled for yourself. This is your cup of love, this is your heart. Let it be fulfilled, and once it is fulfilled, let let it fill more. Okay, now the water will just overflow from it, right? When the water does overflow from this, that's the thing that you give to others. Not You're not giving to others from your cup. That's not healthy, that's not love. Love always starts from us, and then we give to others. So that's what I'm seeing for your future spouse as well, which is a wonderful energy. Congratulations. Um, for others, for some of you, I'm seeing collaboration. Your person would like to do collaboration with others. Okay, they are actively actively into collaboration, like meeting new people, expanding their business or something, if they are into business, that is. Okay. And I'm also seeing the stars over here. If you can see it, yes, we can. So the stars, the faded star diagram, okay, in the card is kind of representing the star card for me, and the star card is saying that the star card says about blessing. So this could be interpreted as, they are going to get blessings for what they are doing, whatever. But I don't feel that a lot for you guys. I just feel that they are the person who comes from such a pure energy of the star. And if you have seen how, I want to use this metaphorically, you guys. Like, if you have seen the traditional card of the star, you must have noticed that the star is naked, but they are also like giving to others. Like, the star is a woman who is, like, making sure the water is balanced, right? It's giving water to something, like, I don't remember the whole image, but they are giving to others. Okay, in the picture, the woman is giving to the nature. Okay, and that's what your person is coming from too. The nakedness is representing the truth, right? They are coming from the place of truth, their truth. They are not hiding away from their truth. They are not defensive about their truth. They are not trying to attack others, by being defensive or something. They are just truthful about who they are, and they are just reflecting on that truth. And the other thing that I can see is, so the pure energy, they are just pure, like an angel, if you will. I know, like, no human can be angel. I mean, like, if you have ever channeled angels before, you know how different their energy is. No human, I think, from my perspective at least, like, no human can be angels. And I know how we like to compliment others, saying that you're an angel or something. I think I'm not using the word angel for complimenting them, but I'm just saying that they are like 80% pure. Does that make sense? They are as pure as an angel would want a human to be, or a human, however a human can be pure. That's pure. That's the purity of your person. Again, that doesn't mean that they are vulnerable. Okay, they are not opening their heart to any and everyone they meet. It just means that they have the intention of purity. They have the intention of giving. They, like, when you do meet this person, right, you will understand how pure this person is. You'll just know it. If you have a strong intuition, pile number two, which I think most of you might have. But if you do, I think you will understand this. As for some of you, your life path or your numerology number might represent 9 or 7. Okay. Then we have the world in reverse. Um, okay. So you know how some people is kind of all over the place. They sometimes want to do this, then that. For example, let's talk traveling. Like, for example, some people like to travel here and there. Like, they want to travel like in 10 different places at one time. um I'm not giving a proper example, you guys, but some of you understood it. But for others, let me just clarify this. It's like, for example, if you want to travel to Manali, let's say, then you'll go to Manali. And I'm not a traveler, so I don't know what that is, but you'll go to Manali. You'll try, like, in one day itself, you'll try to go to like 5 to 6 restaurants. And again, you'll try to go to all the places that you can. You'll try to go to all the you know like you'll try to shop all the things that you can from every different shops, 5 to 6 shops, for example. But this is the person who is very focused. Okay, they are not all over the place. They don't even want everything for themselves. They want just very specific limited things, and they are completely focused on that thing. And they are someone who just know, if they for example travel to Manali, they are not going to just shop from 5 to 6 shops, right? They are going to have a good connection with the people there. They are going to talk to them. They are going to understand what is their culture and all that. And then based on what others are saying to them, they'll maybe go to 1 or 2 shops and then shop things that is actually relevant for the people of Manali, right? They just want to feel connected, and that's all. I think a lot of us just completely forget how to feel connected with the people, with the community. We just want to feel good, and that's why we end up being in the tourist trap, right? There are people who specifically give certain things for tourists themselves. So I think that's what your future spouse is never going to do. Okay, um, your future spouse is never going to buy something, for example, a cap, right? A cap is something that could be like a tourist trap, right? Go to a place, they'll be like, you know what, this is a cap that everybody in the local place, local people wears them. You should buy it, right? This is what the shopkeeper is telling you. But in reality, nobody is wearing that. And you are the only you are the only person in that whole place. You are the only maniac who is wearing the cap and walking proudly, and no local people is wearing that, and then they are all just looking at you like, wow, you're definitely from somewhere else, right? You're definitely from somewhere else. And that's what your specific person or your future spouse is not going to be like. Your future spouse is going to be someone um, who just knows what they want and they are just going for it. And even right now, for example, for their career or something, a lot of people is like, you know what, I want this, I want that, I want money, I want car, mm, I want like a good job, I want like a side job, I want to be an influencer while I have this job, like whatever. This person is never going to be distracted by all these things. They know who they are, they know where they come from, and they know what is right for them and what they truly want, and they are just focused on that. Does that make sense? When you know who you really are, right, you're not going to be distracted with every other thing in the world. That's what I can see for your future spouse. Your future spouse is someone who is like very focused on what they do in their personal life, in their career life, in their romantic life. They're just very, very focused. They know who they are and they know what they want. Then we have the emperor. Emperor is telling me, okay, with the Hierophant and the Emperor, I'm sensing a strong divine masculine person. Okay, this could be a divine masculine. For some of you guys, this looks like your specific person. I don't know why. You might not have even met with your specific person like in depth. Like you might not have had enough time with your specific person to know them exactly who they are. But this is them. That's what I'm sensing. Okay, that's what I'm sensing. Anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, as I said about specific person, if someone of you is in a twin flame journey, and if you wanted to know about your divine masculine, again, this is a big confirmation because again, I'm channeling divine masculine with this person. And if your person is a male and if they are a divine masculine, wonderful. um, which brings me to my commotion a little bit. Not exactly, but I'm kind of proud of what I know, and I want to share that with everybody. So I'm doing a little bit of a webinar. It's basically a twin flame concept, okay? But it could be a true love concept as well. I don't believe in twin flames, so I'm not going to say that this is like a twin flame only, right? I believe in true love. So if you're interested, you can always ping me. I'll let you know when the webinar is coming up next, and we'll meet there. Okay, but other than that, the Emperor card is someone that talks about strict rules, um, or a routine. Again, Cat Jackson, Cat Mojo person is kind of coming in my head. So there's this YouTuber whose name is Cat Mojo. So this person was talking about how cat has a routine or how cat has a rhythm, and that's what they are kind of dependent on. You can't just give them unpredictability, and that's what your future is. Sorry, that's what your future spouse is talking to you about too. They have a routine. They wake up, they always have a routine. They wake up, they get a cup of coffee for themselves, they go to the washroom, they brush their teeth, they bath, and um, they'll, for example, like read a newspaper or something. But they always have a routine, even for like phone check. Even when they have to scroll through phone, they have a routine for that as well. That's what I can see from the Emperor. They are a very strict person. If they have decided on something, they don't need to rush on that thing, because they know that this is their core self, this is their true self, and including the destiny. They know where they want to go. you know I'll tell you this. For those people, for example, gym, right? For example, gym. For those people who want to hit the gym, they want to be healthy, they want to, like, for example, increase their stamina or whatever. A lot of guys, or a lot of people, in general, what they do is, they try to work out really hard, like, for first 2 days. They'll shop all the clothes that is necessary. They'll shop the shoes. They'll shop the right things, right? And they are going to shop a water bottle for themselves, for example. Then they'll hit the gym. They'll do their best. They'll ask their trainer to give them the toughest, like, um, toughest dumbbells or whatever there is, right? The toughest machine or whatever. And some of the viewer is like, you have never been to gym, right? I think I have been to gym once, but I'm in this category. What I'm about to tell you, just listen to me. What I'm telling you right now. Um, yeah, and then we, I was saying in the tone of day, right? And we'll just, like, do like super hard work, and then we'll just be like, you know what, nah, I don't want to do it. Like, after like 2 to 3 days, it's like, no, I don't want to go, I don't want to do that, whatever. Your person, your future spouse, always takes baby steps. And if you have noticed, whenever we take baby steps, we do reach like certain heights. Like, we have a lot of energy to do a lot. And there was also this YouTube shorts that I watched. I was scrolling through YouTube, and then it was like a girl was running. It was a movie clip. A girl was running, and she was given, yeah, for a marathon or something. She was given an earphone where her father was speaking to her from hospital. So her father, sorry, her father was telling her, you know what, just keep a steady face. Sorry, yeah, keep a steady pace. Don't try to outrun anyone. Don't try to do your best, because right now all you need to focus on is to save your energy. And once you have saved your energy, by the end you can, increase your energy and stuff like that. But freaking truth of life. Okay, whenever we are like doing too much at the beginning, we end up getting exhausted very soon. When we take baby steps, when we just do too little at first, that's when we have the energy to keep persisting for a long run. So that's what your future spouse is representing. They are someone who believes in baby step, and that's the reason they are, like gradually, slowly and gradually increasing, and they are reaching their goal. If someone has seen them achieving their goals, they they might be kind of judgmental. If someone was lucky enough to see them struggling at the very first pace, they might have noticed, they might have like given like super like hardworking um advices to this person, right? Like, you should be doing this, you should be doing that, you should be working 16 hours a day or whatever. Your future spouse was like, nope, I will just work 8 hours a day, and if it works out, good. And actually, it's not even if it works out kind of a person. Your future spouse is kind of a person who just knows what will work out, and then they are going to do that thing. That's an amazing trait your future spouse has. I think I can learn that from them. Like, they'll research or something, they'll know what to do first, and then they'll act on it. That's, I think, not exactly like over research as well, but they just know what will work, and then they're just doing that in a consistent basis. They are not draining their energy at all. They are not doing 100% at first. They are just giving what they can, like very minimum to the project at first, and then now gradually they have their own success. And for the other people, it might look like a boring life. For them, they have settled with it, like, because this is providing them with good things, right? It is providing them with like inner peace, happiness, and it is like worth it in all level, and that's why they are just going for it. Let's see if there is any advice for you guys. Success, I can see success. First of all, for your future spouse, I'm sorry for that, but if you need to, you can also apply this message for you guys. It could be a successful relationship that you'll have with your person, and the situation will improve. If you are asking about a specific person especially, I think that's why angels are telling you, don't worry, you will have success in this relationship, the situation will improve. Right now, all you need to do is follow the light. If you can see in the image, I don't know. Yeah. Wow. Okay. This person is holding a light, and this person is looking at the light. Again, this person is holding the light, and this person is looking at the light. It feels like this person is swimming towards the light as well, and this person is dancing with the light. It feels like, sometimes it happens in our life that we were connected with the light at first, but right now, for some reason, we are just bummed, and there is light, but we are just too sad to look at it. Does that make sense? Is this your phase in your life right now? Because if it is, angels are just asking you to look at the light, because light is not rewarding. It's not temporary gratification kind of a light. Light is never going to do that with you. Light, in the sense, angels' guidance, God's guidance, your intuition, it could be interpreted anyway, but it is not going to give you temporary gratification in any way, shape, or form. But it is going to give you like inner peace or something for a long term. Okay, like for a long term, this is going to be like good for you. Choose a new direction. Hmm. Again, as I said earlier, for some of you guys, you are really mm, wait, you are really looking away from the light. Okay, you're not like, you don't have the strength to look at the light right now. The light has guided you to some path, and that some path might have led you to the dark night of the soul. If you know anything about the dark night of the soul, it is still the phase where you are heavily connected to guardian angel, the light, um, and all that stuff, right? It's always the face of God, okay? Especially dark night of the soul. Like people think angels will give us rewards, angels will give us like good things. They do give us good things, but they also help us grow. And growth is something that is kind of uncomfortable. It's a little bit of painful process. It's a very weird energy. Like following angels' advice is not a piece of cake. Following other people's advice, like, okay, I want to tell you this. So if you don't want to, like, there is a trigger warning for everybody. If you don't want to listen to it, you can skip this to the part that I'm giving you a thumbs up. Now you can remove your earphones. Okay. Okay. So what I was about to tell you is if you are to follow the guidance of the devil, or yeah, the devil angels or something, right? Like there are some angels. They are not called angels, but yeah, there are sometimes, uh, most of the times, devils does give us the guidance, and the devil's guidance always makes us feel tempted and makes us feel like we can do anything. This is us. We are going to get it, right? It's going to feel good when we are following devil's guidance. But okay, I'll just pause for a little bit for those of you who have. Okay, but for when it comes to angels' guidance, it's not an easy one because angels are never going to make you focus on your goals. Angels are, if you want to reach the goal, they are going to tell you, you know what, go over here. And it will feel so weird at first, but it's the exact, like, it's so nice messages. Guys, I'm telling you, if you are lucky enough, you are. Pile number two, you are lucky enough to get Angels messages. Angels doesn't give me advice card for any and everyone, okay? So if you are lucky to get Angels advice, might as well just, close your eyes and just follow it. Don't think about what ifs. Don't think about where you're going. Don't think about what you'll get out of it or anything. Just follow this advice because this is the truth, okay? Again, in this direction too, in this, sorry, card as well, there is this person who is, can you see the light? Again, follow the light, be with the light. Right now you are bummed, okay? Right now you're kind of sad, and you're having difficulty to look at the light because the light has led you to the dark night of the soul or something. But just follow the light, because if if the light has led you to the dark night of the soul, the light is the only thing that will help you out as well. There's nothing else that can help you out. Now you can't go back because you are in a very weird phase. If you are in a dark night of the soul, you know that you can't go back. You can't fix things. You can't just walk up to, like, one of the part of dark night of the soul is like friendship, right? We lose friendship in our life. You can't be like, you can't mend it. Like there's nothing to mend now. And you can't even move forward because you don't know what direction you want to go. And that's why we need light at this moment as well. Okay, I hope this reading was helpful. Do leave a tip if you are feeling called to. Okay, we'll see you next time. If you need a personal reading, I'm here, no worries. And if you need the divine masculine and divine feminine lecture, there is a seminar webinar in which I'm going to give you like the complete details of how this thing actually played a part in our life. So if you're interested in that, you can always like email me. I'll let you know when the next session is going to be. Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye. Namaste.